What's up, Ocean? You got Matt here, coach of your Montreal Milotic, bringing you our Week 9 battle for the BBL. We are not in playoffs at this moment. We are 3-5 and hoping to get to 4-5 and eventually to 5-5, which would honestly maybe clinch us into playoffs. It depends on a couple of situations. Honestly, there's only like 2, maybe 3 spots available, and we're currently sitting in the 10th seed, and the top 8 teams make playoffs. So hopefully we can get it done. We do need some stuff that's out of our control as well. So just because we finish 5-5, even if we get the best differential ever, we win 6-0 in both our next 2 games, we actually don't clinch playoffs unless another team loses. So we do have to make sure that hopefully we can get that that luckiness and get into playoffs. But we'll see what happens. If you guys missed last week, we played against Liv and her New Orleans Saints Snows. This week we're facing off against Seth and his Kentucky Keldios in a game that ideally is going to be a win. Like I said, I'm nervous, but this team has Solgaleo, Kieran Black, and Spectre on top of that, so it's kind of crazy. The good news is there's a Tyranitar, which, while it is his dark type, he kind of is in a tough position. So I'll go into that a bit more when I talk about my first mon, but the team is very scary. It has no ground immunity outside of Levitators and Rodent and Weezing, so that's a thing as well. But the scariest mon for me to deal with is 100% the Ditto. Now, that's because, obviously, Ditto can become my Lunala, very scary, become my Excadrill, my Dracovish, literally anything, and threaten me like crazy, and that is a problem, so I have to build my team accordingly. Regardless, if you guys have not already, do me a massive favor, like the video if you haven't already. Our goal for every single video is 40 likes, and eventually we're going to bump up to 50. You guys have been crushing it as of late. You've been absolutely destroying it, and we're getting close to 50 every time, so I want to see if we can actually get to 50. If we can get to 50, I'd really appreciate that. But also make sure to subscribe to the channel if you have not already, because we're also trying to get to 2,000 subscribers, and also comment your thoughts on the battle and the team builder down below. I really appreciate it. I respond to every single one of my comments. But let's go ahead and jump on into it, starting with our first mon, and that is going to be Kaguya, our Lunala. This thing has been the first mon every single time, and for good reason. This thing is insane. 24 points for this thing was definitely worth it. It is so damn powerful, and honestly, I don't think I'm bringing the most optimal set, but it's still a really cool set nonetheless. We're modest nature because we're able to hit things as hard as humanly possible, or as hard as batly as possible, if that's a thing, because it's a bat. Whatever. We are running the Culver Berry on the set. That's because the Tyranitar could come in and take a Focus Blast and go for a Crunch and do tons of damage to us. We might be taking Crunches from Solgaleos, might be taking Crunches from, I don't know, that's actually pretty much it, but knockoff from Girder is definitely a thing, so we do have to run that as a backup as the fan goes off. We do only need Focus Blast and Moongeist Beam. Moongeist Beam hits everything on his team except for T-Tar and Wigglytuff, and then we have Focus Blast for those 2 things, and I don't think Wigglytuff comes, and if it does come, I have quite a few answers on my roster, so I feel pretty confident to handle them. Regardless, it's still a very scary Pokemon, the Lunala, for my opponent, and hopefully we can get the job done against it. Our speed on this set is there for Jolly Tyranitar. We'll always outspeed it. We don't need very much. I could speed tie the Solgaleo if I wanted to, but it's just so much investment I didn't feel comfortable in doing, so I said, you know what, I'm not going to bother. With our investment, we take a Timid Spectre Shadow Ball with our Shadow Shield up, so there's no hazards up. We're at full HP, we'll take the hit, and the good news is with this set, we do have Cosmic Power, and I tried to find, I was looking, I want to see, do we get access to Store Power? Unfortunately, we don't. If we had that, you better believe I would be running Store Power on this set as well, but we don't. So because of that, we're going to be going with just Cosmic Power alone, and if my opponent does not run Toxic, then we can just beat any set he has, especially if we get up to +2, +3. It's just going to be so difficult for him to beat this thing down, and ideally we can get the win. But again, we'll see. We do have to hit Focus Blast, so fingers crossed, honestly. I think it was week 7, we decided to go with Moonblast instead of Focus Blast, and honestly, if I was Focus Blast, I would have won the game. But I decided to go with Moonblast because I didn't want to miss, and we were relying on a 70% chance accurate move to potentially be hitting against a T-Tar right now. Now, the reason why I said earlier on in the team builder why the T-Tar is a very difficult bring and it's a tough decision is because he has 2 really good abilities. He has the Unnerve and he has the Sandstream. I'll know right away which one he is. There's benefits to both. The benefit of Unnerve is that I can't activate my Culver Berry, which really helps him out because he'll be doing a lot more damage to me. The benefit of Sandstream is, 1, that he gets the chip off on me every single turn, so it breaks my Shadow Shield basically, and 2, and probably more importantly, he gets the boost in terms of his special defense. If you guys did not know, rock types, when they're in the sand, they get a boost in their special defense. I believe it's like the effect that a Choice Specs would have on a special attack, so it's a 1.5 times boost, and that's really helpful for taking the Focus Blast. So we'll see what he has, but at the same time, I'm going to know right away which one he has, so it's not too concerning. I'll be able to adjust my game plan accordingly. If we manage to get to +1, let's say from Cosmic Power, and he goes into the T-Tar and it does not have Sand, then I know that Focus Blast will OHKO unless he has access to the Choppleberry, which would suck. But at the end of the day, if that's his item, Crunch shouldn't KO me, especially if I have my Shadow Shield up and I'm at +1, so it's kind of a trade-off there. We'll see what he does. It's a very big 50-50 that he has to decide on, and there's another benefit. If he decides that he wants to set up the sand with his T-Tar, then my Dracovish with Sand Rush kind of goes in. My Escadrille has Sand Rush, that can go in. So we'll see how it goes. But regardless, let's move on to our next mon. That is going to be Hydra, our Hydreigon, here with the Choppleberry, Dark Pulse, Flash Cannon, U-Turn, and Roost. I'm running the Choppleberry this week because it's there to kind of pseudo-check multiple different things. We're very, very defensive this week. If you guys can't see, we have almost all our entire investments to our HP and our speed. Now, the reason we have the Choppleberry specifically is because we want to make sure we can take a potential fighting move from the Solgaleo, like a Close Combat, or a Focus Blast from the Kyurem, for example. Those are the big ones, as well as a Focus Blast from our own Lunala. And that's very helpful in case the Ditto managed to copy our Lunala and we need to have a check. This does resist the Moongeist Beam, and if it goes for a Moongeist Beam on something, we'll be able to switch in to our Hydreigon, resist it. If it goes for Focus Blast on the prediction, we'll be able to adjust accordingly, go back into our Lunala, and be able to chew the hits because it's obviously going to be immune. So it's a 50-50 there, but these two mons cover each other so damn well. It's really awesome. We do have max speed on the set, so we can always outspeed a Solgaleo just to be safe. Other than that, though, we kind of wall the Spectrier, and there's a really cool Hydra set that was running on the ladder as soon as Spectrier got released. It was a very defensive set with, I think, a Taunt, Roost, U-Turn, and like Dark Pulse or something, and it was there to beat Spectrier 1v1. Now, what this thing does is, one, the fact that we don't have a dragon move on this means that Ditto actually can't 1v1 us. It can't. It has to U-turn out every single time, which I can either anticipate with my own U-turn, and because it'll be Scarfed, it'll outspeed, and we'll get priority or momentum off on it. And we also have Roost, so we can recover back some HP in the meantime, which is very nice to have. Flash Cannon weakens the combination of Weezing, Kyurem, and Wigglytuff as well, so it's super valuable, and we're also not too KO'd by modest Spectrier Shadow Ball or Round after Rocks. Without our berry, we take Solgaleo's Jolly Close Combat, and we take a Bandit Sunstreal Strikes after Rocks as well, and Dragon Pulse does, or Dark Pulse rather, does 50% to a max HP Solgaleo, and Choppleberry helps us with the Girder as well, which is actually very scary. Girder is very threatening to my team, because honestly, fighting and dark, and it pretty much hits everything in my roster. Like, I'm running 3 Pokemon that are weak to fighting, or sorry, 4 Pokemon that are weak to fighting this week, and 1 Pokemon that's weak to dark. So we gotta be careful playing around that, but we'll see how it goes. Our next mon is going to be our Excadrill here with the Choice Scarf. We're running a Mold Breaker this week because Mold Breaker Earthquake hits literally everything on my opponent's team for neutral or better damage. I believe it actually doesn't hit anything for resisted damage right now. Like, I'm looking. Yeah, literally everything gets hit for neutral or better, which is amazing. The problem is we're gonna have to run or use the Iron Head every once in a while, and Solgaleo is gonna appreciate taking that hit. It's gonna be cool with it. Same thing with Rotom Heat. Same thing with, I guess, Ditto, because it can turn into my Excadrill. So it's gonna be a very tough decision, but we do have a really strong set this week. We have enough speed on this set so that when we're with our Choice Scarf, we'll actually outspeed everything on my opponent's team as long as it is not scarfed. So we'll outspeed a Spectrier if it's not scarfed. And originally I want to go with the same speed as Lunala, which was speed for Jolly T-Tar, but because that set didn't actually do that, we have to bump this set up by like a good chunk of EVs. Like we have 204 EVs in our speed for Excadrill, and we have only 60 in our speed for Lunala, even though Lunala is only 9 base points higher than Excadrill. It's just that big of a change. Regardless, we should be able to do a ton of work with this. Rock Blast is there because if I see the Galvantula and I don't want to really risk a speed tie with Terrakion, then I can lead off with Excadrill, guarantee outspeed it unless it's scarfed, and fire off a Rock Blast, which I think 3 hits would guarantee get the KO on it if it's sashed, and that prevents webs from going up. But on the off chance they do go up, I do have access to Rapid Spin. It's just a failsafe, and I would love to run Rapid Spin as my main setup option for speed, but because he has a really solid Ghost type, I can't click Rapid Spin freely, so I felt it was better to just go with the immediate speed option that the Choice Scarf would provide and go from there. Our next mon is going to be Big Red Button the Dracovish. This thing has not gotten a single win for us all season. I'm hoping I can just get one. I just need 1 win, and honestly, we don't really need Dracovish this week. We really don't. We're losing a bit of power on our Fish's Wrens and our Crunches because we're not running the Strong Jaw. We're running access to Sand Rush, and the reason we're doing that is because it forces a 50-50. Does he run a Nerve or does he run Sandstream? Sandstream is worse for me. It is. Because it hurts my Lunala more. It gives him the boost in special defense, but with a Nerve, he's going to make sure that we don't get boost in speed from the sand. But if he does run the sand, we get our boost in speed from Sand Rush, which would be very helpful because if we do get that boost in speed, we'll outspeed like everything. It's crazy. With our speed on this set, we're running max speed Jolly, and this may seem like it's not very important, but it is. This set actually needs specifically max speed with a Jolly nature to outspeed a modest Rotom. So if Rotom decides to say, you know what, I'm going to run speed for Adamant Dracovish, or I'll run speed for whatever, this now means he has to be running Timid specifically if he wants to outspeed me, or he is scarfed, and at least we'll find out that much information, which is good knowledge to have. The The Habanberry is there for the Curum and the Ditto, so if he decides to go for the Outrage on me, I can then live the hit with my Habanberry. We have 90 base HP compared to the Ditto's 48, and we can fire off our own Outrage, doing a shit ton of damage to it. The Habanberry also helps us a lot with the Curum, which is very scary specifically. This set punishes the T-Tar very much, and it allows our Lunala to be a lot easier in the endgame. This set is kind of walled by the Gastrodon. I was debating running like a Life Orb set with the Draco Meteor so we can go for the Super Fang and then into the Draco, but it's just not good enough. It doesn't do enough damage. But if we can manage to chip the Gastrodon down to like 35%, Outrage will get the KO, and I'd be very happy with that. So then we get our free Fish's Rend, and we can see what we can do there. Other than that, the Gastrodon is kind of scary. If it goes for Toxic against me, Toxic is scary against my team, but hey, we'll see what happens. Looking at it though, Crunch, solid against something like the oh my god, I can't think of the Solgaleo and the Spectre. Those are both very scary mons and hit them both for super effective damage, unlike something like Earthquake, which only hits Solgaleo, but Solgaleo does get hit harder by Earthquake, so it's a trade-off there, but we have to kind of go for it. And we also, with our investment, by the way, in the defense of 28 EVs there, we take a +1 Dragon Claw from Curum Black after rocks because of our Habanberry, and we also do take a Timid Spectre's Specs Shadow Ball if it is timid. If it's modest, we do not take it, but we'll see what happens. We'll see what the set is. And moving on to our next mon, it is going to be the Bully, our Terrakion, which is once again our Sash lead. This thing has been our Sash lead so often, and it's still been really good for us. I'm really happy with the set so far and what it's been able to do. So hopefully we can kind of continue that. Close Combat, Ironhead, Rock Blast, and Taunt. This is the second time running Taunt to deal with a Weezing. If I manage to go for Prediction on the Weezing coming in, expecting it to come in, I go for Ironhead. We can get rid of one potential Berry. We can find out if it's Black Sludge. And at the same time, when we Taunt it after, it can't go for Pain Split, it can't go for Will-O-Wisp, and it can't go for Toxic Spikes. Those are three things that I really don't want to happen to my team because they'd be really annoying to deal with. I do not want to have Toxic Spikes up because it means my Lunala can't really effectively stay healthy the way I want it to. It means my Solgaleo, which you're going to see next, can't stay healthy as well. So we got to be very careful and hopefully get rid of any hazards by taunting him and preventing him from going for any status moves against my team. Rock Blast helps me hit the Galvantula from multiple different hits and hopefully getting the KO. We should only need 2 to get the KO, so fingers crossed we get that. It's actually a roll, but it's a roll in our favor to get the KO, so I'm pretty confident there. And he does need to have max speed to even speed time my Terrakion, so we'll see if he decides to run max speed anyways. It might be a risk I have to take, but hey, we'll see it. I'm hoping to get the KO with it, and this is just going to be my lead matchup here, not necessarily to get up hazards, but to break his team, because if I can really chip down his team tremendously with the Terrakion, then I'll be in such a phenomenal position. There really won't be any issues with, I guess, what I have here. So I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that my Terrakion can open doors for the rest of my team by just being a massive problem. It outspeeds so much that he has. It honestly, I think it outspeeds actually everything except for the Galvantula, which is Speed Tie, the Girder's Mach Punch, and the Spectre. Everything else we outspeed, and we just fire off close combats and hit for amazing damage. So ideally, this is the opener and just allows us to kind of go in with the rest of our mons. Our final mon is going to be our Silvally here. Fallen is back, but it's a Silvally normal this week. Now, the reason I'm running Silvally normal is because it takes the Spectre attacks. It is an immunity to Ghost, and that's the big thing. I just want to make sure I had immunity, so in case he decides to make a prediction and go for round on something or whatever, we have our Silvally. It's just there as a way to be an immunity to Ghost. That is #1 priority. We are running Shadow Ball and U-Turn as our only 2 attacking moves. Shadow Ball hits the Spectre, it hits the Solgaleo as well. U-Turn just gets me momentum. I'm running U-Turn over Parting Shot because the Solgaleo has Full Metal Body, which I believe is the name of the ability, but what it basically does, it means he actually can't have his stats lowered, so there's no reason to run Parting Shot in that instance. We do have Toxic, which is there for something like the Curum, the T-Tar, the Rotom, the Ditto to an extent, but mostly we want T-Wave that, and Gastrodon. And then we have T-Wave for basically everything else. And if we can status almost everything, I think we're going to have a really good time against this matchup. We should be golden in that specific instance, and hopefully we can get those paralysis, those Toxics off, and really wear down this team. Our speed on this set is there for Rotom, that's creeping Adamant Dracovish. We also take 2 Adamant Solgaleo Sunsteel Strikes after our leftovers, and we always break a Solgaleo sub unless it's like super specially defensive with our Shadow Ball. We do also take a 5-hit Icicle Spear from Adamant, Life Orb, Curum Black, and we also take 2 Life Orb Ice Beams after leftovers, wow, unless he gets actually 2 max rolls. He has to get 2 of the highest possible rolls, and that's the only way he can break or get the 2 KO on us with the Silvally. But guys, that is going to be our team for this week's battle. Let me know which Pokemon you think will be the MVP of the battle down in the comments below. Remember to like the video as we're trying to get 40 likes on every single video, and of course subscribe to the channel if you have not already. But guys, let's go ahead and do it. Let's go ahead and jump right into the battle. Okay, no Spectre. Interesting. Very interesting. Okay, so there's no Spectre. That's the first thing I noticed here. Wow, it's really throwing me off. But it's okay. We gotta just fight through it to make sure that we can still play well. Spectre was definitely a threat, but we do have ways around the rest of this team. Ditto was 100% coming. I knew that. So was Tyranitar. So was the Gastrodon and the Solgaleo. Or not Gastrodon, but Solgaleo. But regardless, we'll take a look and see what exactly he's bringing. I'm just going to mark down everything. So we have Solgaleo, we have Gastrodon, we have Weezing, Galarian, we have Galvantula, we have, this is Tyranitar, and we have Ditto. Okay. Because there's no Spectrier, I feel pretty confident about leading with Terrakion instead of with Excadrill. And the reason I say that is because Terrakion, even though it's a speed tie with the Galvantula, if we manage to outspeed and get the Rock Blast off, we'll KO it. And if we don't outspeed it and it gets up its webs, we do have Drill's Rapid Spin in the back. So that should be a very good option for us later on. But let's go ahead, let's cue the music and let's enjoy this game. Once again, Liv is helping us out. We're recording back-to-back our BBR and our BBL. BBL is going first, then BBR is going to be in a couple hours that we're playing, but she is helping me out for both, so I appreciate her once again. Her links are in the description, so make sure to go and check her out. Tsunade is the lead, and it is Gastrodon. Fuck, okay. Okay. This thing is kind of annoying, I'm not going to lie. But how much should we do with a close combat? We should do a hefty chunk of damage to the Gastrodon. Gastrodon physically defensive, level 50. We do about half. We do about half. He could Scald me and Burn me, which would suck. If he does Scald and we're at -1, that's a chance to KO with Burn. Oh man. He doesn't have, he has rocks with something. I don't think he goes hard into anything. I think what I'll do is go into my Silvally here. We're gonna go hard into Silvally. I don't want to get toxic or burnt or anything like that. So we'll go into Silvally, we'll see what he wants to do, and we'll kind of play from there. But the Bully's going to switch out. I imagine he stays in and goes for a Scald here, to be honest, or an Earth Power or something. I don't think this thing gets Flip Turn. So, yeah, it's a shiny Silvally here, as it goes for Toxic. Yeah, so it's kind of what, that's definitely a possibility. I didn't want to deal with it, though, so it's okay. Silvally's not as dangerous or not as important now that the Spectre isn't here. So, what do we do here? Do we go for a Toxic? Do we go for a Thunder Wave? Do we go for a... I think we're going to go for a Toxic here. We're going to see what he wants to do. We're going to go for the Toxic, and we'll see what he wants to do. If he stays in, great. I think he doesn't think we have Earth Power. That's a possibility, but if we Toxic, that'd be phenomenal for us. It really helps out Dracovish a lot. And if he goes into the Weezing or the Solgaleo, that's fine. I can Thunder Wave it. If he goes into Ditto, so be it. But we'll see. We'll see what he wants to do here. We are going to take some solid chip from the Toxic, which does suck. I don't want to be taking the chip, but there's really nothing I could do. And Silvally is probably not super important, but he's going to switch out. And he goes into Thundercat. What is that's the Solgaleo? God damn it. Okay. Let's go for a Thunder Wave here. Let's go for a Thunder Wave. We'll try and paralyze it and see what he wants to do. If he's sub, he's sub. I have Shadow Ball to break the sub. Weakness Policy won't pop behind his sub as well, so that's good to know. We'll take any one hit this thing wants to go for it on top of that. So let's go for the Thunder Wave. Let's go for the Thunder Wave, see what happens. Man, I am parched and I do not have water with me. Okay. Okie dokie. Make sure I'm still recording as I am, and we'll see what he wants to do here. Hopefully it's not a sub. Hopefully it's not a sub. Alright, so if I go Silvally against Solgaleo, Choice Scarf, he might think I don't have Thunder Wave because I have Toxic. This is why I love dual... Oh, we outspeed. Interesting. Oh, but we do have 108 in speed here, so it's got to have less than that. And he goes for... That is why he goes for Teleport. Interesting. Very, very interesting. He doesn't have a... He doesn't have a fighting type here. He does have potentially superpower on Tyranitar. That is a thing. Tommy Oliver. The Tyranitar. That is fine. And it's Unnerve. Okay. That's okay. I'm okay with that. Do we Toxic or Thunder Wave? I think... Because he can easily go for a Rapid Spin. What am I saying? We're going to go for a U-turn, actually. We're going to go for a U-turn, expecting him to go for a Rocks. That's what I'm thinking is going to happen. So we're going to go for a U-turn. If he goes for a U-turn, then we can go and fire up close combat on this basically freely. And that'd be great. Yeah, I'm hoping he goes for a Rocks here. If he does, that'd be great. We'll see what happens. But we do solid chunk of damage. Wow, it's pretty good. I'll take it. And we can go hard into Terrakion here. Back into the Bully we go. Alright. Alright. Gastrodon is going to be a pain in the ass. Definitely going to be a problem. Stealth Rocks. There we go. So we managed to keep our Sash intact, which is nice. And okay, it's like a 50-50 Gastrodon or Weezing. I think we're going to go for the... close combat here. If the Weezing comes in, that's fine. I fire off Taunt and then I go for Iron Head. So that's not the end of the world, but close combat is pretty free here. Yeah, we'll see. We do have our Sash intact, which is nice. We can always guarantee take 1 hit from anything. That's nice. I don't think he has anything with Rock Blast on it, other than the T-Tar maybe, but T-Tar would drop to this hit. We'll see. And the fact that Solgaleo is paralyzed is nice. I should probably mark down this thing has Teleport. The Gastrodon has Toxic. The Tyranitar has Stealth Rock. And that's all we know. That is all we know. He's clicked 3 moves so far. We'll see. He probably switches out. He honestly, there's no reason for him to switch out, or from not switch out rather. He needs to keep this thing alive for the Lunala, or else Lunala just goes in, but he does switch out. Is it the Weezing or is it the Gastrodon? It is the Gastrodon. So we get that 50-50 right. We're going to fire off a close combat. It's going to do a shit ton of damage here. And we do... That's a good chunk. And I kind of want to go for a taunt here. So we're going to go for the taunt, expecting to go for a recover or a toxic potentially. So let's go for the taunt. And we can shut this thing down a bit. And we should be able to 2 a KO after that with the close combat. Unless, of course, there's a Scald Burn, which is definitely a possibility. We'll go for the taunt. We'll see what he wants to do. Maybe he expects us to be Choice Scarfed. That's a thing. But taunt is going to come out. Go for recover or toxic or something. Recover, nice. So we can go for a free close combat once again. So recover. Or ooh, does he even want to take this chip? That's a question. Nice little 50-50 here, because we should 2 a KO here. We should. I think he wants to go hard into Weezing. We're going to go with the Iron Head. We're making a play. Iron Head it up. We'll catch the Weezing. Switch out, baby. You need to keep this thing healthy for Dracovish. You got to keep it healthy for Dracovish. Switch out. Switch out. Come on. I need you to switch. If you don't switch, it's not good. And he does switch. Amazing. And he goes into Slash. What is that? Weezing. Beautiful. Beautiful. And it's neutralizing gas. Good to know. So we can go for the Iron Head. Oh, that is beautiful damage. Is that a crit? That's not even a crit. Iron Head again. Iron Head again. Oh my god. It is like specially defensive. It has to be. There's no way we did that much damage. No way. Wow. Wow. Does he go back into the Gastrodon here? What does he do? He is Scarf. He's a Scarf Weezing. And that's okay. We're sashed. We'll eat this. We're sashed. Nice. So we get the KO on this. Amazing. And if he goes into Ditto, he'll get the KO on us, which is fine. But we'll know what he's locked into. We can kind of go from there. He was a Scarf Weezing. Interesting. I wonder what that was for. Like, does it get Dark Pulse or something? Is that why? It does get Dark Pulse. Also gets Shadow Ball, so it could have been for Lunala, I guess, but... Shalob. Okay, that's this. We're going to go for a Rock Blast here. We're going for the Rock Blast. We'll see what he wants to do. And if he goes for Sucker Punch, fine. If he outspeeds us, fine. If we win a Speed Tie, that'd be amazing. Okay, so he outsped us here. It could be Scarf. Scarf Galvantula came in one of my mocks, actually, so... That's a thing. We could go to Dracovish and click... I don't think that's the right play. Clicking Super Fang there. What else do we have? We have Excadrill, which can spin away rocks. He has no resist. I think Drill might be the play here. Let's go into Drill. Because if it's Scarf, then it won't 2 KO me with the Energy Ball. So if I go Galvantula, Special Attacker, it's not Life Orb, right? It's not Life Orb? Let's make sure it's not Life Orb. Just making sure. Yeah, it's not Life Orb. Alright. It shouldn't KO us. Like, if it wants to go for Energy Ball against us again, because it's... Whoops, that's Dragon Energy. Energy Ball. It'll do 30 to 38. So let's go for an Earthquake here. Let's go for the Earthquake. We will KO pretty much all the time. It's 99 to 117 to no investment. which is definitely a possibility. Because again, I think he has to be max special attack, max speed, excuse me, to outspeed to speed tie at least. But he switches out. What is he going to? Gastrodon here? Thundercat. Okay, catch this Earthquake, my guy. You're not going to appreciate this. Wow, he didn't even bring a Cure. I just noticed. Oh my god, he didn't bring Cure in black. Oh, dude. Night. Okay. Gastrodon is still here, but all of his immunities to Toxic are gone. But I wouldn't be surprised if Ditto came in to be a Mold Breaker. I would not be surprised. I have to be ready for that. If he does go into Ditto here, I think I have to sack off Solgaleo. Tsunade. Okay. That's fine. I think we're going to go back into Solgaleo here. We're going to go back into Solgaleo. Don't really need this thing right now. Its only purpose is to spread around hazards, or Toxic rather, and Thunder Wave. And at this point, I think everything else we want to have Toxic except for the Ditto. So that's nice. It doesn't get Flip Turn or anything like that, so we don't have to worry about it. I imagine Scald and Earth Power might be its last two moves. We'll see. But damn, the fact that he was Scarf Wheezing. This man ran a Scarf Wheezing. Good for you. Interesting. I'm trying to think, what would that have been for? Like, maybe, I guess, the Drill in Sand, or the Dracovish in Sand? Anyway, Solgaleo's going to come out. And he's going to go for, I assume, Recover. As he Scalds instead. I'm cool with that. That did a lot of damage. Is that a crit? Yeah. Okay, that kind of sucks. We need the HP. But we go for Toxic here 100% of the time. We fire off the Toxic because what is he going to go into? So we'll fire off Toxic. If he gets Toxic, I'm cool with that because we do have our Dracovish. And if we weaken this, that's amazing. If he switches out, I would be most happy if we went into T-Tar, I think, because we can get the Toxic off on that, then another U-turn chip. But we'll see. In comes the Tommy Oliver, that is the T-Tar. So we'll get a good bit of a chip off on this. 25% is solid. And we do connect the Toxic as well. I think the Gastrodon's going to be a bit of a problem for us to deal with. I think from that damage, it looks like it was like fully physically defensive. So it's good. That's good knowledge to have. But it'll still be scary. Okay. I'm trying to think. Do we U-turn out? What do we go into if we switch out? How valuable is my... I'm trying to think. How valuable is Hydreigon? It's not super valuable. I think we can actually kind of afford to go for the U-turn. We'll do that. We'll U-turn out for sure. And we'll outspeed it. And we can probably go into Dracovish, honestly. But I do want to take a look at what we have available on the HP. That was a crit, wasn't it? Yeah, I'll take it. We needed it. But we'll go into Dracovish here. Right? We want to go into Dracovish? Yeah, we're going to Dracovish. Can't afford anything else taking like a superpower or something, so don't want to be taking that damage. But Big Red Bun's going to come out. Shiny, looking beautiful as ever. And what comes out? Crunch, Thunder Wave, Stealth Rock. You already had rocks up. That is unfortunate. Okay. Decision time. Do we go for Outrage? I think we go for Outrage. We'll be able to hit the Gastrodon for great damage. As he stays in, I'm cool with that. So we are going to take this Outrage here. He doesn't know if we're Scarfed or not. But if he has no Fairy type. If he goes into Ditto, we are Habanberry. So we'll take that hit. So Dracovish, Tsunade, that's a Slug. Okay. That's fine. Go ahead, we just gotta go for another one. It's Outrage. No, it's not Outrage. It's, what is this thing called? Gastrodon, that's it. Gastrodon, physically defensive. It's got Protect. Okay, so we know its final move. Scald, Toxic, Protect. And Recover. Interesting. Very interesting. See, I would love to if this thing got Toxic, but it does not. Okay. Go to Pokemon. If we were running Water Absorb, if we were running Water Absorb, and Sub. Oh my god, if we had Sub. Shit, this thing's gonna be a pain in the ass to break. I think, do we keep this around? I don't think we keep it around. I think we go for Super Fang. We go for Super Fang here, and we just try and keep this thing weak. It's already used 1 recover, actually 2 recovers. I think that's how it works from the, can't remember what it's called, the taunt. But Super Fang comes out. We do connect, amazing, and we do weaken it down quite a bit. And he goes for Toxic. I will take that. Moongeist Beam does half if he's got no special defense investment. It's actually like, it's a guarantee to a KO through leftovers, I believe. Actually, it's not guaranteed through leftovers. It's like 83% chance. We gotta go for it again. Let's go for another Super Fang here. If he stays in, he stays in. He probably goes for Recover in all honesty, which is fine. Maybe a Toxic. But this thing is just such a pain. And I can't go for Outrage freely because Outrage against this does pitiful, pitiful damage. Dracovish. We do 4. Oh no, that's if the thing is Sticky Hold on Storm Drain. Storm Drain. No, Solar Power. Storm Drain. Come on. There we go. 33 to 38 if it's physically defensive. That's no damage. Again, fine. We'll just go for another one here. We're just gonna try. All we're trying to do is just weaken this thing. Honestly, Recover's coming out here. I know it. There's nothing much that I can do to chip it down. Is there anything I can do? We can go into Solgaleo. Let's go to Solgaleo. Let's go to Solgaleo. Expect him to go for a Recover here. If I go Hydreigon, we're not gonna be able to break this thing. Unless we Toxic, we're not gonna be able to break this thing. Shit. Huh. It's not good. How much does Rocks do? 52 down to 27. Jeez, we're not gonna have. And he's Scald, making the prediction. Unfortunate, my guy. Okay. Okay. Let's see. How much HP does he have? He's over half. Shit. Shit. Okay. How much does Excadrill do with Earthquake? Let's take a look at that. We do nothing. Oh my god, this thing is such a pain in the ass. Let's... We don't lose if we go into Kaguya here, right? No, we don't. Let's go into Kaguya. Let's go into Kaguya. We're going to weaken it. We're going to weaken it. That's our plan. We don't lose if we get Toxic. We lose if we can't break the Gastrodon. Or it's not in range of anything else. So I think we do take hazards there, which is fine. I think we go for the Moongeist Beam. We go for the Moongeist Beam. And we see that he wants to click Toxic against us. If we had Sub, dude, if anything on our team had like Sub and our Sub wasn't broken by Scald, then this game was over. Like the second he brought in Gastrodon, it was over. That's so unfortunate. Does he expect us to switch? That's totally a possibility. Or not switch, but does he expect us to Sub and then switch out? We'll see. He stays in, we Moongeist Beam. This should do a huge, incredible chunk of damage. 50 to 59%. It looks like it's going to be a roll. Hopefully we can get it. Oh my god, so close. So fucking close. Damn. That's unfortunate. That is unfortunate. Wow. Wow. He must have lived on like 1. If he transforms a Ditto into Kaguya, I'm cool with that, so we just go for another one. We just go for another Moongeist Beam. It doesn't matter if we're weakened. Like, it's fine because we have Hydra in the back at full HP. He protects, again, cool. I could have gone for Roost there. I didn't see really the upside there because if he goes for a Recover of his own, then he will be out of range, and I'm just getting chipped down more and more, and then he can just keep pressing Recover, Protect, and winning the game like that, which I can't have happen. So there's no reason for us to click anything but Moongeist Beam. As we're going to do that again, we will Moongeist. And we'll be around half when the Ditto comes in. And I imagine the Ditto does come in. Yeah. Man, this Dracovish isn't going to do much for me. It's not going to do much. We should outspeed Lunala with Drill, which we do. Our Lunala has speed of 125. He switches out. Shalab, okay. Interesting. This should drop. We're modest. Right? Please tell me it drops. If it doesn't drop, I'd be very sad. Okay, it drops. Beautiful. Okay, is there anything that I cannot allow to come in? I cannot bring in during this time. If Lunala's around, we can beat the Gastrodon. Mystique. Okay, how do I play this? How do I play this? Let's just go for a, what's it called? What's the word I'm looking for? Moongeist Beam again? We just go for the Moongeist Beam. He's gonna KO us here. Yeah, as he does. We can go into Hydra. He can't touch us. Like, Arl Moongeist Beam. If I go to my Hydreigon against Lunala, Kaguya, level 50. It's got 48 in HP at level 252, I believe. It won't have a color rate. Yeah, you can go with Hydra. Moongeist Beam does like 25%. It is 25 to 30. $25 to $30. Let's go for a Dark Pulse. We'll outspeed as well. It's gonna come. It's gonna be close. It's gonna be close. Switches out. Okay. I'm cool. What am I saying? I'm cool with this. I don't have a dragon move. He can't touch me. We just won the game. We just won the game because I made sure that my Hydreigon did not have a dragon move. Amazing. He has Ditto, and that's it. He has 5 attacks left. That's all he has. So it's going to be Hydra versus Hydra. He can't set up on me at all. Honestly, I can probably click Roost here. And I don't want to be that guy to stall out, but I'm trying to win and get back to the playoffs. And if I need to stall out turns for his PP, I will do it. How are we on timer? I think we should be good on timer right now. How are we on timer? We're golden on timer. Let's go ahead and click Roost. I want to see what he does. I want to see if U-turn is his play of choice. I want to see if he goes for Flash Cannon, potentially. Maybe he tries to PV stall us out. Yeah, it looks like he's going to try and flinch us out instead. But you're going to see 173 down to 140. It's 30 points of health. We don't get flinched. Amazing. Amazing, amazing, amazing. He should outspeed us, though. Let's go for a Flash Cannon on our end. Let's go for the Flash Cannon. It shouldn't do much to us at all, honestly. Like, we have so much investment into our HP. And the reason why I wanted to invest specifically into my HP over my special defense on this was because I really... Oh, he just canceled the battle. That's the game. So he just forfeits there. We're going to give that kill to Hydra. But damn, we end up picking up a 3-0 win. I will take it. I will definitely take it. We needed that. And we end up moving to 4 and 5 now. Our differential is +3. So if we win next week, then we have a chance. That's all I was asking for. We have a chance. And finally, Dracovish actually puts in work and gets a win. It actually didn't do much. It kind of did shit all, but it was useful and it got us a win. Amazing. All right, I will take it. I will take it. Guys, if you enjoyed this video, do me a favor, like the video. Of course, subscribe to the channel if you have not already. We are aiming for 40 likes on every single video, and at the same time, we are also on track on our goal, on our road to 2,000 subscribers, so help us and join the ocean along the way. And thank you guys for watching. Comment your thoughts on the battle down below. Subscribe to Liv. She was the only reason we could actually have this battle on Wi-Fi, so thank you to her, and I will see you guys all next time.